let's move on to Josh. And we'll say goodbye to Angelina for now, but then we'll have you come back on. Welcome, Joshua Piper. So lovely to have you.
Hey, Michelle.
Josh, hey, Josh is the composer of the piece that you just saw. And Josh, just share a little bit about yourself.
Hi. Yeah, like Michelle said, my name is Joshua Piper. I'm a pianist. I actually met Michelle working for Ballet Austin as a ballet pianist, but I also compose a bit. I've been very fortunate to have Michelle use a few of my pieces now, and then you've commissioned me to write some stuff for you too. So it's been really fun to work with you. And as a ballet pianist, I do see how movement and music can be intrinsically connected. And learning, what does a march do? What does a waltz do? What does an adagio sound like, or what does an adagio look like compared to how it sounds and how you play? But it's been really fun to just create with Michelle and for Michelle. So I'm very honored to be here in the panel. And every time I see this stuff, and because I don't dance, I mean I can dance, but I don't dance like that. So every time I see something like that to music I've created, I'm like, oh man. I wish I could. I wish I could move like that. I wish I could dance like that. It'd be really cool to have that dimension to music. But yeah. So like Michelle said, I've been playing piano, goodness, for 26 years, and been composing for a while. But you want me to talk a little bit about the piece, the fig tree piece that we used for the.
Sure. Actually, we have a question from Jill. Please tell us about the music that came in right as that little clip ended. So that's a perfect segue. That I wanted to. The name of this piece is called Fig Tree, and I would love to anything you want to share about it, Josh.
Yeah. Back in 2016, a friend of mine runs. Maybe if you've seen it, he's a photographer, excellent photographer. He runs a Ballet Zeta. It's an Instagram account, and it's very popular. He's very successful with it. But one of the things he wanted to do, this is about 4 years ago, he wanted to have music available for dancers that just anyone could use and then make their own videos to, and then share it on the Instagram account. So he just said, "Hey, do you mind? Can we put some stuff together for everybody just to have and to use?" And so I assembled or just kind of put a recorder up and just improvised some stuff. And then that one was a little bit more involved. That's all I did it all at home on just on a little upright piano, but I just did a lot of sampling and then a lot of reverse sounds, and then the kind of the upper notes, the melody, it just has like an effect that makes it like kind of have that attack kind of sound. But that was all just done at home, and we made it available online to dancers to use for whatever they wanted. And now you're using it, which is awesome. But it's really cool to see some of the things that dancers of all ages have come up with for that. And every once in a while, I'll get an email and someone will be like, "Hey, I found this piece and I want to use it." And like, it's free to use. That was the whole point of the project. So I'm glad it's getting used again for this. So that's kind of like where it came from and how it was recorded.
That's great to hear, and I'm so grateful. I mean, we've worked together a lot, and I think it's wonderful to work with a composer and know like where the music's coming from, and that you've developed this relationship. And it's hard to find music that you love that you can afford at the same time. And I've been so grateful to you. The piece that I commissioned you for SUNY Purchase was just like amazing, and there's just been so many
Oh, thank
projects
you.
that you've come on. The last one that we had together, Frame, I think there was like these really cool sound effects in the background, and like it's just amazing that you're able to record these things at home that just sound like super high production.
you're you're being very kind, but thank you. Yeah, it's fun to have an idea in mind. I'm sure it's the same for dance. Like you have a movement in mind, and then depending on who you're creating the movement on, it's going to change the way it looks and how that dancer moves. But you have an idea in mind, and then you adjust it for the instrument and the whatever technology you have or whatever you're using. And as long as you kind of follow it through, it doesn't always work, but hopefully at the end of it, you come up with something that maybe you never even thought of. But, it's just the medium also kind of creates, or your limitations also kind of create, the art that you are creating.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a question come in about where to find the music, and then Carmel shared Spotify.
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
If you want to share a little bit about your YouTube channel and any other ways to find your music, because I think people they're interested and they want to know.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. You can Google my name, Joshua Piper. I have my branding is Heavy Piano. It's all one word. So there's a YouTube channel with that. There's probably like a SoundCloud and Bandcamp and all that stuff that people used to use more, or people still use, but less popular. On Spotify, just my name, Joshua Piper. And that piece, Fig Tree, is in an album called Music for Dancers. I think it came out last year. I compiled in addition to the pieces I wrote for Ballet Zeta, several other pieces I've written for other dance works and other dancers and performers. It's all put together. So
Awesome. And I asked you to play something for us today. Can you talk a
yeah.
little bit about what you're going to play?
So let's see here. I was kind of going through. I was like, oh man, what can I play? Because I can't recreate kind of all the effects and all that live, at least not with this setup. I'm gonna go ahead and do an arrangement. One of the things I do for ballet class is I will take, if you've ever taken ballet class, I'm sure you've heard some awful renditions of pop tunes and like Baby Shark for jumps or something terrible like that. So you do stuff like that as a joke. But one of the things I like doing is combining pieces together. And so if you go on my channel, you can see I've combined like Radiohead and Mozart. That's maybe a more serious version of some of what I've done. More recently, I did the Pixies' "Where Is My Mind" and then Gary Jules' "Mad World." And so I'm just gonna play that for everybody here tonight, and just kind of like see if I can interweave them together in a kind of like an improvisation.
Cool. Awesome.
Let me switch my camera if you're ready for me. And I'm gonna get started. So yeah, this is Mad World, the arrangement by Gary Jules, and then hopefully mixed in with Pixies' "Where Is My Mind."